Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Stampin' Chat Live. I am Gina from Gina K Designs, and I'm here with Tom, and we want to welcome you all from all over the United States and all over the world. It is Christmas week, and there's Santa.
Yeah.
How are you, Tom?
I'm doing great. Whoops.
Yeah?
I'm doing great.
Good.
It's like getting ready.
That's not a cowboy hat.
No, it is not. It's not. It's in the season.
It is. It's the perfect hat for this week. Well, I can see everybody coming in from all over, and it's great to have you here. Today, we're going to have a little bit of fun with some silhouette stamping. What we're going to do is we're going to use the brand new Mask Makers Master Layouts 9 set. That's our Mask Maker set, and we're going to use the new Friendly Silhouettes. I might poke around in the craft room here and see if there's another set I might want to use with it. You can use just about any silhouette stamps with this Mask Maker's die set, but we'll see, because the Friendly Silhouettes certainly is a treat to use. So we are just around the corner from Christmas, and I don't know about you guys, but I think it's probably time that I get some Christmas shopping done. I haven't really started yet. So after the live today, I'm going to head out and get a few things done. And I have stuff to wrap for our team. We do a really, really fun holiday party. Usually we do it right in the facility. We just get sandwiches and stuff. But this time we're going out, and we're going to have a little catered Christmas party for our staff, and we give away a lot of fun prizes. So I've got to wrap a bunch of those today too. So busy day for me, but let's get started right away with this new die set. So here's the die set that I'm going to be using. This is the Master Layouts 9, and it's got all of these. Let me pull them in here. All of these amazing dies. And we added a word and shadow die to this set. It's the Friend and Shadow die because we knew we were releasing this at the same time. This is the Friendly Silhouette stamp set, and it's got the big friend word here. So if you wanted to stamp it and cut it out with the shadow die, you could do that. It works together. But if you wanted to have a standalone word and shadow, you can use these. Now, all of these were designed to fit these strip sentiments. So you can certainly use them to cut out these. And if you like them a little longer, you can use the longer one, or you can use the smaller one if you like them smaller. So that's why we decided to release all of this together, because this set is really conducive to masking techniques. And that's why this works so well together. So if you haven't seen our new release, this is all brand new. We just released all of this on Monday night, and it's very exciting. I'm absolutely loving this stamp set and die set. So I'm going to do something with this window die. I really like this die. It can work on your card in both directions. So you can either have a window that looks like that, or you can have a window that looks like that. So either way works for this die set. All right, so I'm going to get a piece of Masking Magic. I'm going to be using Masking Magic in this video today, but if you don't have Masking Magic, you don't have to use it. You totally can use a piece of cardstock if that's all you have, so you can still make this card. All right, so I'm going to cut this Masking Magic in half. So this is going to be a 3.5 by 5 piece of Masking Magic. All right, so now that is a little thin for my card, but that's okay, because I'm just going to mask around the outside of the Masking Magic, and I'll show you that in just a second. And this I'm going to cut just a little higher like that, and I'm going to leave a little space at the bottom. Okay. You couldn't find Tom's video? Oh no, it is on YouTube. It's right next to yesterday's, it's yesterday's video. It's Monday's video. So Monday is the release party video on my channel, and then right next to it on my channel is Tom's video. So check it out. It's It's really cool, and a lot of people are really enjoying it. Tom, you did a great job on those songs. People are loving them.
Thank you, and many thanks for all the kind words and responses, and glad it's adding to the season.
Yes, it is. Okay, so I'm going to cut this piece of cardstock down to 3 3/4 by 5. Alrighty. And then I'm going to cut it out. Oh, I bought myself something for Christmas. I bought my own gift, Tom, so you don't have to get me anything.
Yay!
I bought myself this new Spellbinders plates.
Everything goes back.
It's oh no. No, that's all right. You don't have to send anything back. So I did get some new plates. I like to get new plates every once in a while, especially when I'm making videos, because they can really get hard to see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to take this piece of Masking Magic, and I'm going to cut out this window using the Masking Magic. Okay, and I'm going to try to center it pretty well on side to side and along the top. But I'm leaving some extra space at the bottom, because when I apply this to my card, I do want to be able to line it up right at the top and have some extra space down at the bottom to stamp a greeting. So let me push that up just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Now, if you're worried about this being straight, you can always take a little bit of washi tape or another piece of Masking Magic and tape it down. But I'm going to take a shot here and run it through. Okay. Oh, Tom, Sue said your music is hygge.
Oh, there you
Very
go.
relaxing. Okay, so I highly recommend keeping these pieces that fall out, because you can use these for another project. For example, you could tape these onto your card project and ink blend over them, and then peel these away, and you'll have open windows with ink blending around them, so they will not go to waste. Hold on to those. But we're going to use this open window design. And let me get my die cutting machine out of the way here. I think a lot of people are already traveling. This is a very quiet day today. It's quiet everywhere, like around work, and just quiet. Okay, so I have my piece of cardstock here, and I am going to apply this piece of Masking Magic right at the top, and then down to the bottom, just leaving those sides. And actually, I think what I'll do here is I'll cut this down. I'm going to cut this down to 3.5 inches, because that's going to be the final size of my card. I was going to cut it out with the master layouts, but I think I'll cut it out now. So 5.5 by 4 3/4. Let's see how this goes. Now, I know that my Masking Magic is going to be longer, and that's just fine. Okay. We'll see how it goes. There's lots of places to put the greeting, and I know what I want to do for the greeting. All right, so I'm going to peel just the top of the Masking Magic off, and I'm going to put that down first. This gives me a little bit of something to hold on to that's not sticky. So I'm going to start right here at the top. Line it up. Okay. There we go. And then work that down. Okay, so once you have that done, then you can peel the rest away. Not quiet on the roads near you? Well, that's because everybody's traveling. I just mean like it's quiet at work because everybody's traveling. Everybody's gone. All right, I don't know what that is. I think it's my lipstick, to be honest with you. So we'll have to see how that affects the whole project. But I don't want to scrape it off right now, because I don't want to change the texture of the paper. So we'll see what happens. I think I had lipstick on my finger. Somebody asked me what lipstick I was wearing in my video today, my little teaser video. And if you do like my lipstick, I actually linked it on the things I love because it's not one color. I would just tell you if it was one color, but it's not one color. I mixed 3 things together to get the color because, you know, ink blending. Everything has to be blended in my life. All right, let me zoom in a little bit here. Okay, that's way too much. Back out. All right, so now we're going to pick some ink colors. I have my blending brushes here, and we're going to pick some ink colors. Now, we could go with 4 colors. I might try to scrape that off right now. We could go with a 4-color blend, or we could do a 2-color blend. Let's see. Oh, that's coming right off. Yeah, I think that was just a little lipstick. There we go. Okay. Let's go with some really pretty light colors. So let's do sea glass. And then if that's not dark enough, we'll do turquoise sea. And then let's do jelly bean. Oh, let's do 4 colors. I want to do a purple. So maybe we could do a little wild lilac. And how about a pink? We'll do bubblegum pink. Maybe not even this wild lilac. Maybe lovely lavender. I think we want to go kind of light. Maybe even apple mint. Let's do apple mint. We'll try these colors first and see how they look. Okay, so very light, soft colors. And we'll kind of go in an order where they could be blended if they had to be blended. So we'll kind of go in color wheel order where we'll do the green and then the blue and then the purple and then the pink. And so these 2, I just have to make sure they don't overlap at all. Okay. So now to be safe, I'm going to take a Post-it note and I'm going to put a Post-it note here. I'm going to put a Post-it note here. I'm not going to worry too much about this side because I'm actually not going to go up into this area. Let me get my ink stand. So we'll start with apple mint. Now, you guys know I use my blending brushes all the time. I never wash them. I just have one for every color of the rainbow. So if I've got green on here from another project, I'm going to rub it off on a textured paper towel first, just to get rid of some of that color that was on there before. And then I'm going to ink up my blending brush real well with apple mint, and I'm going to start real heavy in the corner. So I'm going to really get some color in there. And then I'm working my way out and getting lighter as I go out. So the bulk of my color is right in the corner and kind of up into here. But this is all just plain. Okay. So that's my first color. My second color is going to be sea glass. So I'm going to move this, being careful not to pull up the masking magic when I pull the Post-it note off. I'm going to move this over here to this side. And I'm going to do the same thing with the sea glass. Again, I always use turquoise sea and tranquil teal and all these other colors, so I want to clean off a little bit of that. So my favorite things, the list of things that I love is on my website. So if you go to the website and you click on the Contact Us tab, there's a drop down, and under that tab, you'll find it. It's a little hidden. All right, so now I'm going to do sea glass same way, real heavy in that corner. And then working my way out to nothing. Okay. Alrighty. So now I've got 2 colors down. I love the blues and greens too. All right. And be careful not to pull it up. Now I'm going to go down this way. Let's go to this next color here. This is going to be the lovely lavender down here. Now you could go much brighter if you like this color combination, but you want yours to be brighter. Just pick brighter versions of these colors. Get some of that wild lilac off of this brush. Okay. So we have our menu planned for Christmas Eve. I'm going to make chicken wings and Tom's going to make homemade pizza. Doesn't that sound good? Chicken wings and pizza. You know, healthy stuff. All right. Again, I'm going kind of heavy in that corner and then working my way out to just about nothing. We used to do a lot more, but our family's very small. It's just going to be the 4 of us this year. And that's what we like. It's fun. It's like the fun food that you don't normally eat. So we get to have it on Christmas Eve. Okay. So I have a recipe for chicken wings where I use soy sauce, brown sugar, and pineapple juice with garlic and ginger. And then I cook them, I bake them, and they're just delicious. They fall off the bone. They're really good. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the bubble gum here. So I'll need my pink brush. And again, I think I have passionate pink on here from another project. So we'll get rid of most of that. Oh, Susan, we used to do Chinese food all the time too on Christmas Eve. When my mom and dad were alive, we always did that. That was really fun to have Chinese food. I know, we're going to have fish on Christmas Day, Joanne. I know, you're right. That is normally an Italian thing to do fish on Christmas Eve. You're right. So I'm using bubble gum here. Did I see Kathy Zilski? Hey, Kathy.
Tell them about your grandparents.
My grandparents. So my grandparents, my Italian grandparents, my family's from Sicily, and my Italian grandparents lived a block away from each other their entire lives in Sicily and never met. They actually met coming to the United States, and they ended up getting married here, and they owned fish markets in New York. So that was their career, were fish markets. So yes, my family had a lot of fish. I'm going to add a little more pink to this. I just don't feel like there's enough coming over this way. So I hear you with the fish. That's definitely a big thing. Isn't it funny, though, that they didn't meet till they came here and they lived a block away from each other? I guess that can happen. There's probably lots of neighbors that we don't know, right? Okay, so now I'm going to stamp some images on here, but I am not going to pull this masking magic off yet. Instead, I'm going to create a box around each box, if that makes sense. So I need a couple more Post-it notes. There we go. Probably didn't need them over here, but I'm just doing the box thing. I just want to make sure that everything is secure. So now the stamp set that I'm going to use is the Friendly Silhouettes, and I'm going to use the butterfly, and then I'm going to use these 2 images. And with the butterfly, the way you position it, it can look like 2 different butterflies. But you will probably have lots of butterflies and things in your collection, so if you wanted to pick a different butterfly for one of the boxes, you certainly could, or any stamp that you have. It doesn't have to be a butterfly. It could be a bee. It could be a dragonfly. It could be another flower, whatever you want. So I'm going to start with the butterfly. There we go. And of course, all my silhouette images I'm going to stamp in black. So I'm going to ink up this butterfly. I'm going to stamp this a couple times on some white cardstock just because it's a brand new stamp and I am using a block, so I don't want to use my MISTI, so I really want to get it inky, and because I can always cut these out later if I want a fussy cut or whatever. Maybe I can just make it into a background here. I'll try to stamp them really nicely in in a row just to get them inky. Okay, that looks pretty good. So let's ink this up. And I'm going to stamp it just like this. And I really want to make sure that I get past the Post-it note, so I'm putting a little extra pressure on it. Okay. Now I'm going to take these off. And I'm going to put another butterfly down here at the bottom. And that one's going to go in a different direction. It's probably a good idea to put that piece of Post-it note paper right over the edge, just in case your masking magic doesn't totally cover the edge. You don't want to get any black. All right, and I'm inking up the butterfly again. And I'm going to stamp it in a different direction this time. There we go. Okay. Let me get my tidy towel so I can clean that off. Hi, Mindy Egan. So this was one of the cards that I did in my SCT class. So for those of you that took that class, you've probably seen this card and you probably have made this card. But it is one of my favorites and so easy to create. So there we go. All right. So now I'm going to mask off up here, and I'm going to use one of those floral images. And I like to show it this way because if you try to do this particular design with the Misty, some of your images will overlap because the butterfly is getting into this box and then the other image is getting into this box. So I like to show it this way using an acrylic block so you can really separate out the images. Right, so I'm going to use this image next. And I am going to stamp it a couple times first. Because it's a brand new stamp. Because somehow Gina lost her original stamp set. Yes, she did. Do you guys remember on Facebook when we used to talk like that? Gina is feeling, and then you filled in the rest of the box. Kind of like Seinfeld, like George is getting upset. All right, and this one's going to go right here. There we go. And remember, the more you use your stamps, the more solid your image will get. So if there's a little bit of patchiness to it, just stamp it a few more times before you actually use it. Or you can put a little Versamark on it first. It's just because there's a little residue from the manufacturing process left on it. And then I'm going to use this last image. So I just used this one. Now I'm going to use this one. I'm on... Oh, Tom, you're on stereo.
Yes.
Right. I'm going to stamp this on my scrap piece of paper here. It's really not a bad image at all. I'm just being picky. Okay.
I like the 4 different panes of glass.
You like that?
In the window. You could do 4, you could do like the 4 seasons.
Oh, you could. The 4 seasons. That's a great idea. You can also, it is. You can also.
I'm used to the dead silence after a crafting suggestion.
You could also use the windows and stamp little images like like little critters in the windows. You could use the windows and put Melanie's new little critters, one in each window. Okay, so now we're going to peel off the masking magic. It kind of looks like a hot mess right now, but okay, do I have anything on my hands? Let me wipe them on my pants just to be safe. You know how scary that is, right? Okay, here we go. I'm gonna peel. Oh, I love peeling masking magic off. It's so satisfying. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that just so fun and delicate? I love it. Okay, so I was going to stamp a greeting on here, but I think instead I'm going to use one of the die cut pieces. So I'm going to trim down a piece of black to go underneath. This is great for my new crafters who maybe don't have the master layouts yet. You can see how to trim this down. So this card measures 3.5 by 4 3/4. I'm going to cut it to 3 5/8. So I went to the 3.5 mark and then up 1/8. And then the 4 3/4 mark and up 1/8 from there to 4 7/8. Or you could do it the easy way and cut it out with master layouts too, which is my favorite way to do it. Okay, and then we're going to just put that on there together like that. I love silhouette stamping. Silhouette stamping always makes you look like a rock star, and you don't have to color. Not that I don't like to color. You guys know me and Gamsol are very dear friends, but now I'm going to put it on a white card base, and that'll just make all that color pop. I love that nice wide border too of white going around it. Oh, that's smart. Did Mary Kay say that? I think Mary Kay said that. You went right under the cursor after your comment was made, but I think she was the one who said it. She said, I cut a whole bunch of the black panels in the master layouts ahead of time. That's smart. Okay, so there we go. And now I am going to put a greeting on here. So instead of stamping a greeting, there's really not a good place to stamp a greeting. This is where that friend die really comes in handy because we can put a big friend right across the center. But you see, if you put it there, it kind of gets lost because of the black images. So that's when I really like to use the shadow die. So I cut the friend and shadow die using a piece of black cardstock for the friend and a piece of white cardstock for the shadow. The one thing you have to remember is you want to save the little dot from the eye. It's easy to throw that away or it gets lost. If you did, don't worry about it. You can always use a sequin or a little black heart or something like that. But I did save mine, so I'm going to adhere these together using some Connect glue. Okay, get my Connect. You know what? I'm going to put some of this glue in a bottle. I haven't done that yet. Well, I did. I've got a few of them, but I haven't done it for you guys yet. So I'm going to do that. So let's open this up. This is our new size Connect glue. Kathy, did you get this yet? There it is in there. Oh, I love it. Let's see here. Okay, so this has got a super nice tip anyway, but if you want it super fine, I'm just going to squirt some in here. Because I will be using this a lot. Okay. Now you don't need to put a pin in this glue. I always like to tap it back a little bit so you can see the glue drop down a little, but this cap has a little cup in it that protects it from drying out. So, and now I'm going to put this back on here because I need this ring so I can keep this from drying out. And let's see what kind of squiggly lines we can get from this. All right. So I'm going to just use the finest little bit. You can really see the blue in the Connect Glue, the anti-freeze agent, when you put it on black. Otherwise, it looks white. It's just part of that. Oh, look how tiny those dots are. I love this. And this is so easy to squeeze. It's like super squishy. And I love that it's really small. It's not a big bottle that you have, it's not clunky. It's just such an easy way to work with the Connect Glue. Look how tiny those little dots are on there. All right, I'm going to put this over the shadow. So when you're doing this, just get one letter at a time down. The Connect Glue is forgiving. You can move it around a little bit before it's completely dry. But just try to do one letter at a time. There we go. All right. Then I'm going to put a tiny little dot of glue right on here. That was a big dot. Let's see if I can squeeze some of it back. Ooh, yeah. Okay. I don't know that I want that much. I'm going to tap some of it off. And then I do have the dots over here. I have a dot from my eye. And I'm going to use my jewel picker to pick it up, just because trying to like tweeze this and get it in the right spot is a little difficult, but the jewel picker will also pick up cardstock. So here we go. Okay. Because it's tacky. Now, when you want to clean this or put it away, just wipe off any glue that's right on the top. And then make sure you replace this little cap on there, and that will keep this from drying out. Okay, so now let's see if I can pick this up. Now I can put that right in the center, and you see how you can see it now. Yet the white kind of blends into the rest of the card. I love that. So this is much bigger. I don't have to use Connect Glue. I can actually use tape right on this. And it's pretty sturdy because it's got that extra little bit of, it's got the layers, you know. So I'm going to put that right in the center there. There we go. So there's that finished card. That's one. Okay, so let's put this away. I like that color combination too. I like the softness of it. It didn't have to be too bright, and that's kind of nice. When I did the class, I used all really bright, bold colors, but this is nice and soft. This would actually be a really good card, this style, to add like one of these greetings like hang in there, friend. Maybe a sympathy card or something. Or friend, I miss you so much. It's very peaceful, and I like the colors. Okay, so now for the next card we're going to use that oval. I love that big oval. And we're going to do a fun blend on the oval. So let me back out a little bit. I might do a pastel blend too. I might use those same pastel colors and just do a pastel blend. Because they're all out and they're all here. Okay. So I'm going to find that other piece of masking magic. And I'm going to cut out a super big oval. And again, I'm going to put this one at the top. And then I am going to make this card a little bit bigger. So I'm going to use what would be the equivalent of the Master Layouts 1, which is a 3 3/4 inch by 5 inch card. Okay. So I'm going to cut that out. Did that shift? Does that look straight? That looks a little shifty. There we go. It's funny because you would think, oh, like it's just an oval. But if an oval's wonky, it's wonky. That looks better. Okay. Cut that out. Oh, Connect is good for wood glue. Yeah, it really is. Thank you for saying that. So this could be used. And what I like about these is they don't have stitches, so no ink would get through. So if you wanted to have a big oval on your white cardstock and you wanted to ink blend all around it, then you could peel this away and you'd have a white space in the shape of an oval to stamp in. So save all of these little pieces. They're great for other cards. Okay, so I think I'm done with the die cutting machine. Now I have a piece of white here and a piece of black. So I'll cut this down, like I said, to 3 3/4 of an inch by 5 inches. I think my shirt is shedding. I'm a mess, Tom. I want you to know that.
I know that.
This is our last live for the week. Next time we see everybody, it's going to be after Christmas. Oh my goodness. Christmas snuck up on me this year. So this one I'm going to 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And I know that's crazy because I feel like I've been making Christmas cards and things for like 3 months. But I always think I have more time. Well, isn't that the story of life, right? I always think I have more time. And then all of a sudden it's here and I'm like, oh no. Okay, so now I'm just going to start with the top of this again. And I'm going to leave the bottom on there. It makes it a little easier to control. And then I want to make sure that this is in the center. So I'm kind of looking off to the sides a little bit to make sure they look kind of even. Don't have to be perfect, but okay. That looks pretty good. So now I'm just tapping it down as I go to prevent, a bubble. And once you get the top where you want it, I know this is really hard to see. Hopefully you can maybe see it like if I do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then now I'm going to do the bottom. So by doing just half at a time, it's less unruly. It's more ruly. Is ruly a word? If something is unruly, would the opposite be ruly?
Yes, it's ruly.
Really?
I don't know.
Tom, you were an English major. Why don't you know?
I miss the ruly.
Ruly day. You were out that day. Okay, being unruly. Okay, now should I use those same colors? I think it would be very pretty if I use the same color blend going down the card. So we just have to decide what the order is going to be. Are we going to do pink, purple, blue to green? Or are we going to flip it around and start at green at the top? Should we start at pink at the top? Because I'm going to put a planty kind of thing on there, right? I'm going to use this image here. So the green would be more like the bottom, the grass, and then this beautiful kind of gradiated, I can't even speak, a blended sky. I'll just say that. Okay, so we do want to protect the sides here. So I am going to just put a little bit of Post-it note there and right there. Because I'm going to come down with the blending brush. Maybe I'll do 2 just to be safe. Okay, this is going to be crazy. Of course, I pick neon Post-it notes. I'm probably blinding half of the viewers out there. And if you guys are watching on a big screen, I'm sorry. This is like a caution tape. Okay, and then, it'll look good when I get rid of it. I'm going to put one here, and I'm going to put one at the top. Let's just protect the edges now. It's better safe than sorry. It's not like we can't reuse these Post-it notes. Oh my goodness. Okay, Donna said pink at the top. A lot of you are saying pink at the top. We're going with pink at the top. All right, we're going to start at the top then with bubble gum. And I don't have to clean the brushes this time because they still have that color on there. So I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to do a nice light pink coming in. And you can see I'm going all the way off the oval onto those Post-it notes because I don't want to stop right somewhere on the oval and leave a blotch. Okay, if we want it a little deeper, we can go back in with a little more ink and deepen up the color. Okay, so now our next color is going to be that purple. So we'll do the lovely lavender. You have a woodpecker in the house? Oh my goodness. Oh, here's the woodpecker. I gotcha. Yeah, it sounds like a woodpecker. I thought somebody had a bird in their house. We get birds in our warehouse every once in a while, and what a fiasco that is. All right, now I'm going to work this up into the pink. I'm not really that dumb. I just portray that in my videos sometimes. Maybe I am. I don't know. Oh, I like this softness of these two colors together. Now, remember, I always take high quality photos of my projects afterwards, and I post them in our Facebook group, and I also post them on YouTube on my community tab. So you'll get to see these a little bit better. It's always a little easier to see them in photo than it is on a live. I'm going to go back with that pink brush, and I'm just going to go over the line between them just to smooth that out. And remember, we have a smoothing agent in our ink, so this is going to dry, and you're not going to be able to see any lines in between them. I'd like to take credit for my great ink blending, but I have to give the credit to the ink. The ink really does a lot of it itself. All right, now I'm going to use the sea glass, my woodpecker. Oh my gosh, Linda, your husband turned on the ceiling fan to get rid of the bird. Did it work? I remember one time Tom and I were staying in a cabin up in Wisconsin Dells, and we came out and there was a bat asleep on the curtain. And just the thought that there was a bat in the place all night and we didn't know it, but Tom was very gentle. He got a towel and he just wrapped it around the bat and he took it outside. And then the poor thing was flying in all different directions because it couldn't see, but we're confident that it made it. Okay, again, I'm going back over that line with the last color to blend it. You can kind of see that periwinkle showing up in between there. And then the last color is going to be apple mint. Right. And then this color, I'm going to work from the bottom up and blend it into the blue. And apple mint is such a light color that I always tend to do several coats of it. Some of these pastels are really light, but they're so pretty. Okay. I think that's going to be a really pretty blend. But you know what's really funny about ink blending? I always think it looks a mess until you take the masking magic off and something very magical happens to it. Your eye just, you just see it so differently once you take the masking paper off. All right, so we're going to start taking these off, and these can be reused. There's very little ink on here. Okay. Alrighty. Now the good part, the fun part, peeling off the masking magic. Oh, isn't that pretty? It's always the most fun part. So for these big silhouette images, I do like the image going outside of the circle. or the oval. I like to see leaves protruding, although it's also another really cool look to leave that masking magic on and stamp. That's a great look too. But for this one, I'm going to go outside of, the reveal is just the best, isn't it? So I'm using this big image here, this one, and it's going to go, what is happening to me? It's going to go right here like that. Isn't that pretty? Those colors, it's very springy. We've been working on Christmas cards for so long that I think we all wouldn't mind some spring colors, right? And you guys know, like right after Christmas, it's like the 26th and we're all back into flowers and all the fun stuff. Although I still like using snowflakes and snowmen and stuff for birthday cards in the winter. We can't let those winter babies not be appreciated. I'm a winter baby. My birthday's in February, so. Okay, so I'm going to use the black onyx. Yes, Valentine's Day. You're right, Jill. I forgot about Valentine's Day. So lots of hearts. Okay. I'm going to stamp this more than once for sure. I think. I'm going to stamp that and then get my Chucky tool. Now, if you're new to Gina K Designs, this is a tool a friend of mine made for me. His name is Chuck Meadows, so we call it the Chucky tool. And he just glued a furniture protector pad onto a curtain finial and sent it to me because I complain a lot about arthritis and that it's hard for me to press images down. And so he made this for me, and it really does help get a better impression. But you can use something as simple as an air hockey paddle. It works great. Or you can make your own. All right, my second coat of black. Ooh, that's good. Look at that. Isn't that fun? This is also a great image for autumn cards because it does have that wildflower feel to it. And I always think wildflowers are good for autumn too, but anytime really. It's just a really pretty, how would silhouettes look in other dark colors besides black? Well, I personally think black is the most striking for the silhouette image because that's kind of the way my eye sees it in nature. I have used navy and chocolate brown or charcoal brown. Charcoal brown is good if you're doing all warm tones, but to me, there's just nothing like that stark black. Okay, so we could put a simple message here. We could also use the friend. So we could put the friend. We definitely are going to need the shadow. Probably should have glued one of these together beforehand, but we could use the friend here. And then we could, let's do I Miss You So Much. I'm going to do that. All right, so let's glue this together first. And we'll get the friend placed before we add the second greeting. All right, I'm using my Misty here and my little glue thingy. Oh, I love how thin that's coming out. It's like so super thin. I think my finger's stuck. Okay. Sometimes I like to just shut my mouth and let the music play a little because it's so nice. And I'm always talking. It's kind of, as a YouTuber, you learn early that you shouldn't have dead space. You should always be talking. But now I have Tom, so there's not dead space. All right, I'm doing one letter at a time.
Tom's a good replacement for dead space.
I knew that was coming. Okay. I have my other dot over here. There it is. All right, tiny little dot here. Oh my God. Tom, you're so funny. Tom and I made a deal actually this Christmas that we're not getting each other anything. So you better have followed that, Tom, because I did not get you anything. I got you a chicken wing. There we go.
Old traditions are the best.
They are. Okay, so now, just going to work right here on the Misty. I'm going to adhere these two panels together. Laughter is the best medicine, right? Gotta laugh. Now, I have to decide where to put this because I want to make sure that I have room for my strip sentiment underneath, and I feel Mary Ellen, a chicken wing. Yeah, I'm making chicken wings for Christmas Eve, and so everybody's getting chicken wings for Christmas. So I think that's going to be a good spot. So like it'll almost look like these are just popping out of that word friend, and that gives me enough space down here for my strip sentiment. I'm just using a little adhesive tape to put this on. Hey, some of you guys are going to win these cards today. All right. So friend, right there. Move that over just a little because just a tiny bit of the leaf was sticking out and it looked like an ink blob. Okay. So now we're going to add I Miss You So Much. Yeah, chicken wing is not the best Christmas present, is it? Not very thoughtful. Actually, they're really good, though. I miss you so much. Oh, I know, Tom. I can give you a chicken wing and some fruit salad.
That actually sounds pretty good.
Doesn't that sound good? Okay, now here's the horror part, you know, like don't mess this up, don't make it crooked. Why do I wait to the very end? All the above. All right, I'm using the black onyx again. I know, you know, Tom and I are at the age where the greatest gift is time with our kids or just time together, you know, family time. Time with you guys is a great gift to us too. There we go. Okay. You reach a point where it's just stuff. Although if you give me craft stuff, I'm never going to turn that down.
Tina wants to know, what are you referring to as a master layer?
So we have 9 die sets in our collection called Master Layouts. And what they are is they are dies that coordinate with each other to create layered panels and accent pieces. And so if you go on our website, you type in Master Layouts, you will see them all. And they all look like this, where you've got different shapes that will cut out different things. That's what Master Layouts is. They're card layouts, basically. Okay, and now this is going to go on top of this white card base. There we go. So here are my 2 cards. They're nice. They coordinate together so nicely, don't they? I like these, and I like these colors. Very springy for our Christmas, our Christmas live. I don't know what I was thinking.
Spring in December.
Spring in December, yeah. Well, we've done Christmas in July in the past, so why not do spring in December? All right. Well, that was so much fun, guys. This has been such a great year. And gosh, we appreciate you all so very much. We have just 2 more lives before 2022. And I know everybody says don't say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. 2022 is going to be a much better year. I know it. I feel it. I had reservations about 2021, but 2022, we're going to all have a good year together. All right. So, Tom, we have to give away these cards. So let's start with the window card. Who is going to win today's window card? And if you're new to the channel, the way we choose the winners is by your comments. Just leave a comment during the live at some point, and then Tom just randomly runs the mouse and the comments all spin, and wherever it lands on the mouse, that's the person that wins.
All right. The winner of the first card is Lori Rail. Lori Rail.
Lori! Yay! Congratulations, Lori. All right. Okay. And now we have the, what do we call this one? The wildflower card.
Wildflower card goes to Pamela Mynatt.
Pamela! Congratulations, Pamela. All right, Lori and Pamela, all you need to do is send your name and address to info@Gina K Designs and let them know whether you won the window card or the wildflower card, and we will get that right out to you. They'll get that information to me, and I'll get them out to you. Well, everybody, we hope you all have a very Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, whatever you're celebrating this time of the year. We wish you the best. We wish you lots of health and love and family time. We're just so grateful for you. You're the greatest gift to us, and we hope in some way that you are experiencing some joy from us as well. Certainly feels like we're all good together, right? All right, and then we will be back next Monday with a brand new live. So in the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy. We love you all so very much, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.